Good evening, everybody. Hey, tonight we're having a community night. I hope everyone is having a great week. I know everything is super positive. Everyone's super excited. You could feel the momentum change. Everyone's starting to. I hope you're not counting your pennies yet, but because I hope they're a penny. And going forward, I hope that we do really well and have an amazing next year, 2 years, because it looks like that's where we're going. Ted says day 7 is in the books. Yeah, it's been 24 hours since the announcement, right?
Mm-hmm.
Uh-oh. And Corey has joined me tonight. If anybody else wants to join me, it's in the link is in the Patreon group, and I also put it in the there's another group for streamers. The only reason why I do that is because most people don't have the proper cameras or they don't have the proper sound equipment. It's kind of rough just to put it out there publicly. I don't know if you've ever done that, Corey, but have you ever experienced it?
When we do open mic day, we noticed one time we had like 8 people come on and none of them had cameras and some of them had bad mics. And it was like, okay, we need to do a better job of kind of qualifying before they come on. Like, at least have a mic.
Exactly. Hey, Doug. Hey, Mom. Mom can come on, but it's a little bit too late for her. I'm sure she's not in the right mindset for it. Okay, so it's been quite a day, man. I've been watching all kinds of streams. I watched the Rand Nunar and
Oh, did you?
Yeah, and Ivan on Tech. That was interesting. They only talked for, I would say, 5 minutes about the subject, but Rand. It looks like Rand actually went pretty big into Pulsechain. He did the donation to Sens, and his group, I think it's a company, they actually did another SAC too outside of the Sens Foundation SAC. So
wow.
Yeah.
It don't surprise me, man. I mean, these guys are not going to talk about it until, the time comes. So, I think we're going to see a lot of influencers come out of the woodwork and start shilling.
It's coming. It's going to start coming fast too. These people are just they maybe it's because they're worried about their reputations.
It's exactly right. Yeah.
They don't want to go through what I went through, losing thousands of followers. I got destroyed when I started supporting Hex. Oh, come get me. Look who's here. Come get me. Aliens is here too. What's up, brother?
There he goes.
Yeah, I can hear you.
Oh, guys.
What's going on? I'm glad to have you. I haven't seen you do a stream before.
I've never done a stream before.
Oh, that's awesome. I am blessed to have you. I mean, you've been in a Hex. I think you're a day oneer, aren't you? You're pretty early.
No. I got in between the Pulse and Pulsec sacrifice.
Oh, really? Okay. Well, I've been seeing your stuff around. We got Westcott in the house.
Oh, look at this.
Hey, what's up, man? What's going on? What y'all got going on in here?
It's a party, bro.
It's a community party. It's more of a celebration tonight more than anything.
Oh, that's new, man. I like that.
Because frankly, we've been going through pain and suffering for almost 2 years.
Tell me about it, man. Dude, I'm excited. I've been bored. Like last night, I was so bored. I jumped on stream for like 5 hours with Ben Dubard, man. I was like, yo, I got to talk, man. There's so much going on. I'm so excited, bro. Nuts, man. 2 years.
That's what it's about, man. Yeah. It's about lifting each other up and making a strong community. And because that's what brought Hex. And I brought Hex up was the fact that we had such a strong community. Obviously, we had a good leader. He's kind of back in the day. I like to say that he was a drill sergeant.
Yep.
He doesn't call us names anymore or tell us to get off our asses, or he doesn't say that stuff anymore. But I appreciate the way Richard was early on. He definitely motivated us to get up each day and go out there and talk about Hex and to stake our Hex and things like that. So I appreciate that. And now we're all doing it ourselves.
It's beautiful, man. Hey, we're like carrying the torch because he could only say so much, and that's where we come in. We could kind of like say things without him getting in trouble and whatnot. So I feel like I gotta, step up to the plate and defend him sometimes, man. Like he takes a lot of arrows for the community.
Yeah.
So
Westcott's been taking shit real personal lately.
oh man, you don't know. You don't know. Yeah, go ahead.
I've noticed with you talking a lot of crap back and forth with the Down Forever coin community.
Oh man, I went so hard, but I'm gonna slow that down, man. I'm gonna try to stay positive. Try to ignore it. I just took it to heart, man. But
that's funny. Well, who knows? I mean, I'm not a hater on any projects. I do have Zen. I don't own any yet. It's gonna be minted like next year.
Yeah, I minted it
in September. But I'm not. I welcome them all in. I'm not gonna go at them.
Right.
I actually got Richard unfollowed me because I actually had a post. I made a clip from somebody asked me a question in the chat about Zen, and I said why I think the coin could do well in the future. And I clipped it and I put it on Twitter, and Richard's like, unfollow
you don't like that. You don't like that shit. Man, I check Richard's Twitter every day just to see if he still follow me, man. I'm scared, bro.
You don't follow me.
Oh, it's so tough.
He doesn't follow you yet, Corey?
No, not yet. No.
Oh, he'll get there.
But I've talked about other coins. You know what I mean? I was talking about Pulse Bitcoin for a while. I've talked about other coins. So maybe, yeah.
Man, I don't know if he's gonna stick around with me, man. Because what did I talked about something too? It might have been fiat, and I'm like, fuck, is he gonna be salty about that? You know what I mean? Like, I don't know, man. Scary, bro.
Only if he has a competing tool or a project. I think that's when he does stuff like that. Because when I send him, because we used to have private conversations, small conversations, but we did. And here's Ben. What's up, Ben?
Hey, Ben. What's up, man?
Guys.
So I messaged him about Aurochs. I know Richard was doing a wallet, and Aurochs is going open source with their wallet. And he was going to I know that he was doing this. So it's like, hey, Richard could white label this and go ahead and make it a Pulsechain wallet. Man, he unfollowed me on Telegram too. I was like, yo, that's crazy. You're cold-hearted, man. And then when I got banned on Twitter, he messaged me like within 30 minutes, like, what'd you do? He's like,
right?
You're only doing that for self-preservation, bitch.
Right.
That's the only reason why you're messing.
Randy, what happened to you on Twitter is my biggest fucking. Can I curse on you? I don't know. I'm afraid.
I'm a degenerate.
My biggest fear, dog, because man, like my Twitter that I built up, it's like, dude, it's everything to me. And you had what, like 20,000 followers or something crazy?
35,000.
I was gonna say,
bro,
my backup has 12,000.
Yo, dude, we have to get that Twitter back. We're gonna get that Twitter back.
I
I've
know.
been trying.
That
so
thing is a marketing tool.
Yes.
Yeah.
The amount of views I used to get between
powerful.
1 and 2 million views a month.
Powerful, man.
When you took that little hiatus for a few days, man, Twitter wasn't the same, man. Like without Randy Hilarski tweeting, I was like,
I stopped caring, man. I actually stopped caring, guys. I was like, this is like ripped my heart out. I said, I didn't even want to go to my backup account. I was like, this is so painful.
It is.
Because something you build for 12 years and then you get just taken away from you and they don't give you a reason.
I know. I got 3,000. I would cry with my 3,000 being taken away.
My wife's like, what's wrong, baby? I'm like, I lost my Twitter account.
And you didn't even do anything. That's what scares me the most, because I'm the one out here like actually taking songs that are copywritten songs, and I'm just like waiting for the day they ban my Twitter for that, man. I'm terrified.
Yeah, because that's what I thought happened. We were playing the casino night, and I clicked on the game for Game of Thrones, and it had the music in the background, and I'm like scrambling, trying to figure out how to turn the music off in the game, and I think that's what they got me for, a DCIM thing, and come on, really?
So unfair, dude. So unfair.
but here, sorry, we're here for Pulsechain.
Yeah.
You know, that I don't know how y'all feel, but the cortisol levels have been very high for a while now. Everyone's stressed out. The community's been stressed out. We've been at each other's throats, and now it feels like that weight's going to lift, at least until Pulsechain does its first big dip. and
Right.
then because then it'll be right back. But we can have a nice break for a while.
Yeah, man. Yeah. Ooh, it's going down. It's finally going down.
Yeah, man, I can't believe it. This has been well deserved, well earned. I mean, I haven't been waiting quite as long as Randy, but I'm right behind him. So it's I'm super excited.
Man, dude.
And I didn't even sacrifice that much because I didn't want to trade in my hex for Pulsechain. But I went big into PulseX when I saw that it was going to be deflationary and the buy and burn and all that. I was like, this is. Man. I like token economics. So some people that don't like token economics, they don't like to do those kind of things and get excited about it. But I do. I think it's one of the. I'm a game theory guy when it comes to tokens, and that one has the best game theory I've ever seen.
Yeah, man.
Corey's baby's crying. Corey, go be a daddy, Corey. I know she wants to come in.
She came in here, she took one look at me, and she's like, and then ran back out.
Are we not in there?
She's looking for mom.
Oh man. So Ben, what's up with your day? What you been doing?
Yeah, man.
I've had some one-on-ones and then was dealing with the puppy.
Oh yeah.
That's
tough. Ben's building a household.
Yeah, she's sweet. She's 4.5 months, so she's learning. She just discovered that she can bark at people, so we're kind of dealing with that right now. But she's amazing. She shows like so much love. I mean, it's pretty awesome just having this little like furry thing that's always like just always wants to like give you love.
So, I haven't had a dog in years.
When children, Ben? When children, man? When you putting a bun in the oven, man?
Honestly, I like the idea of having kids earlier because then it's like you have more energy, and then you can once they're gone, if you raise them well and they're gone, then you can chillax, and then hopefully by the time you're like an old man, they can like. I like the idea of having like, I'm an old man. I'm like the Godfather, and I've got like all these people, and they're like, "Oh, there's Grandpa Ben, He really, he's got our backs and stuff." So, I think at least one kid before I'm 30, and I'm 25. So,
I'm the opposite, man. I waited till I was 40. So what was I? 44.
Wow.
And it was the best because I wasn't a shit show. I'm mentally in the right spot. I'm spiritually in the right spot, and I'm financially in the right spot. In my 20s and 30s, bro, I was an alcoholic cokehead.
You don't know. Me too.
I was a shit show. If I'd have had kids, man, I'd have been the worst dad ever. And so I'm in a way better place in life.
Bro, my kids took me away from that. That's what took me away from all that shit, bro. I was a piece of shit too, man. I was a piece of garbage. And then when the first one showed up, it was like, man, let me slow down and get this shit together, man. So it saved me.
I love it, man. I have mine at 43. So
I'm right with you, Randy. So she's
I was thinking, hopefully, depending on how things work out, maybe have 3 kids before I'm 30. So I was thinking.
Yeah, a lot of work, man, but it's fun work.
I know it's. I know. I feel like it's going to be a big like wake up call, but I got a friend.
Change. It changes you, man. You'll never be the same person again.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
especially daughters.
My good friend, he's my age. He has 2 kids and 2 dogs, and I respect it a lot. Like he's handling it, and he's in better shape than I am, and I'm just like, man. So,
man.
But I think it'd be awesome.
All right, come get Alien says he lost. He said he lost connection.
I was saying, like, it changes you,
It does, absolutely. Come get Aliens. It was just glad. I'm just glad that you showed up, man, just to say hi. That was so cool of you, man.
Come say hi.
Been following me forever. He's been one of my loyal guys from the beginning.
Oh, nice.
Because look, guys, I just started streaming in September. It doesn't. It seems like forever, but it's not that long. Time goes by really quick, and the content is forever out there. It's gonna.
You're right.
Because
I remember the rooftop musings. You weren't streaming at that point?
No. I would join Cabana on Fridays. That was my thing.
Oh man, dude. Yeah, that's
before that. It was Discourse Syndicate, and I only did that maybe once a month.
Man, when you started and you like kept going every night, I was like, dude, this is heaven, man. Because I needed somebody, like, especially when Hexo disappeared. It was like, who am I gonna listen to all the time? And Randy, yo, you flew in, but you and Crypto 7 were just going at it, bro.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
constant content, all just every night. It was beautiful.
Someone, I think it's someone, I don't know who told me it, but they wrote me a message and said, "Thank you for streaming during a bear market."
Yes.
Yeah, you were streaming during the all-time low.
Yeah, it was hard. It was hard for me, but once you get used to it, once you have a community to talk to, and people were generally pretty positive in the chat and stuff, it was great, and it's uplifting. Brian's here. Brian is the one who made these hats.
Oh, nice.
I see you have Marco's hat on.
Oh yeah, man, I love it. Nice. I can't take this thing off, man. And I'm supposed to switch the patch, but I'm such a Pulsex guy, man.
That's your stick, man. It's,
man.
You're gonna find a Pulsechain lady, so it's
you don't know. Hey, Randy, I'm coming to Panama, dog. I know Annabelle got some friends out there. You know what I mean? I'm gonna get in trouble out there, bro.
It's just here you don't. It's not gonna be work. That kind of thing. All you gotta do is like give somebody attention. They're like, hey, what's that? Oh,
don't tell me that.
Yeah, that's how it is. Latin America, man. Latin American women are not shy.
I remember you talking about that. Like you go to the restaurant and the Colombian chick's looking at you and Annabelle, and she's looking at her like, you better get your eyes off of it.
Like my wife doesn't exist. Yo, just like, what's up, big boy? I'm like, I want to go hide, man.
Yeah, I can't wait. I can't wait to come visit, man. I'm gonna get in trouble. Just protect me while I'm out there. I don't want to end up floating in a river somewhere.
Chico was just here. Chico was just here. He was here.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, he came down. He set him up with his bank accounts and stuff, and they went very well. We've had 7 people now just stop in, and they'll come here for a few days and get them their bank accounts with Tower Bank. Wow. Now we don't even need to go anymore. All we do is like message them, hey, we're sending somebody over, and they treat them like gold and get their account set up. No bank does that unless you're super uber wealthy. So,
dude, that sounds so fire, man. Like just hearing about that. Yeah. It makes me feel safe with this whole like, you don't know where the U.S. is going with the banks and all this stuff. Yeah. It's like it's good to know that there's somebody somewhere who could hook us up and set us up.
Yeah, exactly. Paul Sack says Colombian women find it offensive when you don't catcall.
Don't tell me that.
My wife made a comment today. She goes, "This is for you specifically." She said that she cannot believe how many African Americans are here in Panama. There's so many because they feel comfortable here. About a 30 to 40% of our population is of Islander descent. So they're gonna think you're Panamanian. Unless you're walking around if you're wearing chanclas, if you're wearing sandals, they're gonna be like, "Oh man, he's American." But if you're dressing nice and stuff, they're gonna be like, they're gonna talk to you in Spanish, and you're gonna be like, "No hablas."
Shit! Oh shit! Yo, dude, that's gonna be an experience. I cannot wait to come check you guys out.
You're gonna have to learn a little bit of Spanish there.
Nah,
un poquito.
My Spanish is terrible. I still get by. I can't imagine. Hey, Ben, do you speak Spanish? I want to hear Spanish of the Southern drawl.
Un poco. Falo muito bem no português.
Portuguese. Oh, that's right. You spent a lot of time in Portugal. I forgot about that.
Oh,
Brazil too. Brazil and Portugal.
Wow, really? You went to Brazil too?
In high school, yeah.
Well, that's similar to Latin America, Portugal, with the way it is with the ladies and stuff like that.
Brazil, yeah, definitely. Portugal, I think things are a little more serious over there. Maybe it's
conservative.
European
They're
side of it.
Conservative, man.
Brazil is nuts.
Chaos.
Really.
but guys, okay. I know the audience is here. They don't want to just hear us chit chat.
Right.
Okay, so we are, I'll say 7 days. 1 day is down. We got 6 days to go, but it is estimated. I'm gonna keep bringing that up. He did say estimated. Mm-hmm. People are talking about, they think that the fork and the snapshot were already done. Remember, they're one and the same. The fork is the snapshot. The snapshot is the fork. Repeat after me. It's like, come on.
So it hasn't happened. It hasn't happened yet.
I don't think
so.
They're able to download the chain and start syncing without forking the block height. So
Thank you, Corey.
They're running parallel right now. And he'll probably fork it like right before we go live.
Thank you,
he's gonna want to reward people who are buying Hex right now.
Yeah.
I mean,
so.
yeah, I don't think it's happened. That's my opinion, not financial advice.
I'm with you on that, Corey. Come on. He wouldn't screw us over like that. Come on. Maybe he would. I don't know.
Well, it's Richard, man. I don't put anything past him because he changes his he told us he wasn't going to give us any heads up, and now
I know.
He gave us 7 days.
Right. True.
I'm like, are you
What
kidding
if
me,
it takes,
bro?
what if it takes 8 days? Like on the 7th day, he doesn't say anything, and then it launches the next day. Wouldn't that be funny?
Yeah,
he's just like dead silent.
Bro.
So he can get the maximum amount of anger on Twitter, and then boom.
Or he waits till next weekend. So there's like 3 days after he originally said it. People are like freaking out.
Please, man. We don't need more drama. Because then, man, it'll be pipe bombs all over the place, man. It'll be like he'd be losing their shit.
Woke Dog says, "Does the fork come before the spoon?"
Right, and the chopsticks.
Yo, man, I'm excited, man. Like I was scared at first, but now that it's here, it's like, all right, just deal with it. Take a deep breath. It's here. Don't screw up. Just take your time and
that's it, man. And I tell all my onboards, don't freak out. We are still in a bear market. We have plenty of time to buy dips. Just because you might be like 20 minutes late to the fork, you're still going to be fine. Like, don't freak out. You're going to have plenty of time. The Bitcoin halving into March 2024. That's when retail money comes back in. We have so much time to accumulate. It's going to be amazing.
Yeah, man. It's the beginning.
It's
people are stressed out.
Dude.
People think they missed out already. It didn't even launch yet, dude. You got time. Get in and hold.
And then if you DCA, who gives a shit?
That's what you do. Mm-hmm. That's what you do. You set up a DCA plan in place, and you stick to the plan. That's it.
Yeah, man.
That's it.
I was saying on my stream earlier, it's not even about how much you invest. It's about how much time you're willing to wait. You know what I'm saying? Like you don't have to put in $1 billion to become. You know what I mean? Like it's how long you're gonna wait for those 100x's, 500x's, 1,000, because they're gonna come. But are you gonna be here for it? You know what I mean?
That's it.
Yeah,
that's it.
Yeah, Bobby made a good point, and this is gonna. They talk about the Bitcoin halving happening. Are we gonna have 2 bull markets? Right.
Right.
Now that first breakfast and second breakfast. Well, we're going to have first bull market and second bull market as Pulsechain folks. So that's going to be pretty badass.
I think we will. We'll have our own little miniature bull market in our ecosystem. We'll see some profit taking. So we'll see some lettuce hands giving us the opportunity to build our bags up even more.
Yeah.
And then, man, leading up to the Bitcoin halving. But man, once retail starts coming back in, and Ethereum gas fees, and then we're over here with a full system state fork with all these new protocols, and like, oh my god, bro! Like, I didn't believe, like, up to like 6 months ago, I didn't believe Pulsechain was actually going to be able to give Ethereum a run for its money. But now I truly believe that we can give Ethereum a run for its money, man. It's the adoption and the protocols being built is amazing.
Hey, Paul Snacks is here. Hey.
What's up,
I don't even have our Paul. Can you hear us?
Yeah, I can hear you. I got to plug my camera in. I guess I unplugged it.
Mic sounds good.
That's a great mic. I was going to say the same thing. That shit was crispy.
It better sound good.
What is it? What is that?
Rode Procaster and a Rode Pro mic. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I feel poor now.
Yeah.
They say I sound like I'm on the radio.
Yeah.
I thought the Shure SM7B was the one. That shit sounds like
no. It's actually a hobby of mine. I geek out on audio and streaming shit, so I can definitely help anybody get better at it than just going and buying the generic. I mean, not that there's anything wrong with the SM7B, but
Right.
that's a conversation for
Joe
another day.
Rogan used this thing, man. I thought this was
Right.
on microphone.
You just made us all feel insufficient now.
Hey, you're doing something right. Whenever the first time I came on Thoughts, he's like, "Holy crap, your voice sounds amazing." He's like, "Have you ever had radio experience?" I was like, "No, dude. I'm a factory worker. I ain't got none of that."
I gotta look up that mic, dude. That is fire, man. Hilarious.
Yeah.
But
Yeah,
isn't
I
it
can help
to
you.
the settings and the other things that you do with your system that help with the sound?
Oh yeah. No, you need it is best not just to do it by yourself, to actually have somebody help you with your noise gate and all the extra settings that go along with it, for sure.
Sandy B says ASMR mic.
You whisper,
Hilarious.
just whisper the rest of the stream. Like eat some potato chips, maybe.
Bro, that's hilarious, man.
Oh god.
Yeah.
Problem is I got no lube on my mount, so on the boom, so it squeaks real bad.
Yeah, man. So Randy, man, are we the 100x in 90 days or what, man? You still on that, bro? What's up with that, man?
Well, I guys, I'm gonna be
Uh-oh.
I'm gonna be frank with you.
Uh-oh.
We're going back. This was not the bull market that kicked off. We're going back into a nasty bear, and over the next couple months, up until probably September or so, the Bitcoin market. Bitcoin's got a whole bunch of coins coming to the market from the U.S. government selling. We've got a lot of FUD out there, and it has not much has to do with actually crypto itself. It has to do with the real world and the fact that the U.S. government wants to launch their CBDC, and their CBDC, they want to take away a lot of the energy or people focusing on stables, USDC, DAI. They want that to be the stable coin.
Right.
So what's the best thing that the U.S. government can do right now? They're taking a playbook from China. And China, before their CBDC came out, they started banning Bitcoin and Ethereum. They banned everything, right?
Right.
As soon as things started stabilizing with their CBDC, they said, okay, it's not banned anymore. So the U.S. is doing a lot of legislation right now towards crypto. I saw that Rand was talking about it tonight, Rand Unar, and he was showing the actual document. I'm not going to say political parties here, but the actual document that they were going to use to go in front of Congress and talk about it. And they were being quite brutal towards crypto. So they have an agenda right now, and they want to launch this CBDC. So that's supposed to launch in July. After July, shortly thereafter, I'm imagining there's going to be some kind of legislation, and then they're going to say, okay, it's legal. You guys can do this. You can play in your little imaginary market over here and do what you want to do. And then the election cycle comes. There's no more interest rate hikes. Things start to normalize. I saw the inflation right now. It's called PPI was at 4.9%. So that's not that bad. We're actually coming back close to normal ranges. Things are starting to get better. So I imagine that we maybe won't loosen, but we won't have any more cuts. Or raises for the interest rates. So I'm hoping when Bitcoin halving comes in April next year, hold on to your seats, man. It's gonna be the best bull market we've ever seen. But for the short term,
still on
it's gonna
par.
get there.
Yeah.
So I know that was a long way of getting there, but that will affect us too. That it might slow us down a little bit, but not much. Pulsechain is gonna be exciting. We're gonna be the only game in town.
Yeah, man. Hey, take this year and next year to get a part-time job, get a full-time job, work harder, put more money into the markets. Like, you got time to accumulate, you know.
Here we got a fan. Fake coin with fake shillfluencers. Scam.
Oh man, yeah. It's nasty, man.
Like, I haven't heard that one.
Moon Lambo.
Let me cry with my monies.
Yeah, man. Unbelievable.
Oh man. So Paul, give us your background with your Hags, Pulsex, Pulsechain. Were you able to sacrifice for both?
So I was just explaining this to Crispy earlier that I got in the same time Craig Wadding did on the exact same show. I was watching BitBoy. I didn't know shit in 21. I've been around crypto since this is how long I go back. If I would have standing in my duplex in 2011, just listened to fucking Glenn Beck when he said, "Hey, just buy some Bitcoin. Maybe I made a few millionaires today." But probably would have lost to Mt. Gox. truthfully.
Yeah. But you'd
Just
be
like
getting them back
everybody
soon.
Right?
Right.
Maybe.
You would have been diamond handed.
That or camping out on the Japanese streets with those other guys waiting for it to come out all these years.
Absolutely. A lot of people doing that.
No, I've been the normal dabbling at the top and been everybody's exit liquidity a few times. 2017.
That's how I got in.
Yep. I remember going to the football games and everything on Super Bowl or on the football Sundays and comparing our fucking Coinbase accounts back in 2017. Like, and then, you know, it all crashed out.
Oh, yeah.
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 So
I was there,
No.
man.
21. Let's see. I was listening to BitBoy, watching Around the Blockchain, and Richard comes on, and I'm listening to the arguments, and I'm watching him just destroy these people. And I'm like, he's right. What the fuck? Why aren't you guys rebuttaling? What the hell is this? What is going on? So that got me going down the rabbit hole and been stuck ever since.
First time Richard called us the R word because we weren't doing marketing properly. I was like, what did he just say? Am I back in boot camp? This is my leader. This is it. I'm here.
Yeah.
Richard's opinion on the NASCAR stuff after it all went down was just like,
you let him have it.
drill sergeant's back.
Yeah, you let him have it. My God.
I donated money for the NASCAR and I was cracking up listening to him. I was like, he's right. That was so stupid.
That dude played all of us.
Bro,
At least you can play the car in a video game now, right?
Yeah.
I think I'd seen that
That's pretty
somewhere.
cool.
So
That didn't cost any extra money.
That
no.
one clip though is just hilarious of the hex car just like drifting backwards and all the cars are passing it. It couldn't have gone any worse.
oh shit.
Oh my God.
They got me to tune in, man. I don't watch NASCAR, but I'm on my computer watching it. I'm like, what the hell's going on? This guy just took his foot off the pedal.
Gatekeeping, man. It's gatekeeping.
Yeah, maybe he was paid by the Down Forever coin.
Yeah. They paid him, man.
Hey, not that it was good. Nobody likes to see this happen to anybody or whatnot, but everybody had some relief when they saw Bitcoin going through the same shit we went through. It was like, all right, hey, join the club, guys. Join the club of, getting your shit spammed up.
Yep.
Yeah, man.
Painful.
Welcome to some high gas transactions.
Yeah, but it wasn't Zen that did it. It was that other thing, right? What's it called? I don't know. Can't remember.
Pepe?
No,
No,
the
the
NFT
ordinals.
thing.
Ordinals.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah.
It wasn't called Zen. It was, but somebody corrected me. Said it was like PDX something other that they had launched
was-
on there.
What they're talking about. What we're talking about
Created by
here is
Jack Lemmon, though.
it was backed by Jack.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Oh man, this guy is he's like the cockroach of the system.
Yeah.
He's like, he just
Bro,
keeps
once
showing up,
again,
man.
Johnny Chaos was right. He's like, if I find out that you have minors or you're in on this somehow, I think the longer this goes on, the more he's right. There's something on the backside there. There's an angle. That's his play. He's making money. People are making money, but
He's a very smart businessman, is what Jack is. He recognized our community.
Yeah.
And understood that we had a very intelligent crypto community, probably one of the most intelligent crypto community. And he knew if he could tap into that space and pull us out, that he would have a cult-like following. And that's what he's been able to achieve. So it's he's a smart businessman. He's not a dummy.
No, but what is the end game? Why destroy all the chains? That's
somebody said today, do you work for a 3-letter agency? And I was like, CBDCs might be coming around, maybe. Like,
Wow.
I don't know.
Destroying all the chains for CBDCs.
maybe that is the angle.
Time will tell.
Time will tell. There's
What can you do?
Nothing. Well, I mean, he's going to try to do it with Pulsechain too, and it's probably going to have some success, limited success. I think in order to do it on Pulsechain, they're going to have to make it so it's profitable for the people, and that might be so expensive that they can't. That it's just not worth it for them. So,
Right.
it didn't destroy Polygon. Polygon's still doing pretty good. So, we'll be in the same kind of situation.
Go
So
look at the
that why-
numbers. Why was Polygon the one that everybody? So we jumped on ETH, And then everybody kind of learned their lesson. It was like, okay, they probably fucked up doing all this, yeah. But when Polygon came around, it was like that was the one. You go look at the numbers too. Everybody jumped on Polygon.
I did.
I did too.
Yeah.
It was cheap.
Yeah, you were able to. I did like 30 in like 20 minutes. I was like, I'm done.
Yeah, I probably did 20 myself, 20 or 30.
Yeah. It only cost a couple dollars.
Yeah.
Like Bobby said, it was absolutely a Zen project that clogged the BTC network.
Yes. Yep.
But really, it clogged. I mean, it was weeks. So all those the Bitcoin folks, Bitcoin bros, they got a little bit of what was coming to them. Stick to store of value, mofos. Stick to that. That's your
That's all you got.
It's the only thing you guys got.
That's all you got.
Don't try to be putting smart contracts. Don't try to, stuff your transactions with useless NFTs or anything. Just stick to what you do.
If anybody wants a little bit of advice, like to look towards the big picture, I think we're setting up a parallel system where Hex is the new. Who was the actor that died, and they got him to do the clip that said Hex is better than Bitcoin. Remember who that was? Comedian, actor.
I can't remember the ones that Maddie got a bunch of them to do stuff.
Oh, it's so funny.
I can't.
From Full House, is he that you're talking about?
Gilbert Gottfried. Sandy B said it.
Godfrey,
Yes.
yeah.
I want to clip that, and just anytime you start to doubt Hex, just go back and listen to that, because I think as time goes on, Hex is going to perform. If it does it this cycle, it'll be clear to see that every cycle, Hex will run like Bitcoin did in the early cycles, and it'll continue to do that time and time again. And we know we already got our Ethereum, and we know we got our Uniswap. So we're just setting up a parallel system here, and we're that early.
We are.
Why don't people see that, man? Like, what is it that other people aren't seeing that we are seeing? What's going
Shiny
on?
object syndrome. Me and you are not. We're not OGs, Westcott, and so we're thinking, all right, like Icosa. And I'm glad I actually did this, but Icosa was a prime example of, oh fuck, the OGs aren't in on this yet. I got a chance to catch up.
Then Randy saw it and he wanted me to wail.
I was 2 weeks before you. Yeah, I was a little bit before you.
Man, got me.
And Westcott, you know what it is, man? It's Richard, right? And so like it takes a person to let down their ego to see the brilliance in Richard.
Yeah.
And most people don't want to do that, man. They want to just look at him and call him a scammer. They don't understand the genius that he is, man. And I had to watch him a few times for myself, man. I had to watch, multiple streams before I was like, you know what? This motherfucker is smart.
Really?
But it took me a while, right? Like when I first watched him, like, who is this egotistical, maniac, right? And you're like,
I loved it.
Once I got past that and I let my ego down, then I fell in love with him.
Right.
And you have to do that. And most people don't want to do that, man. And most people don't want to admit they're wrong. So they called him a scammer 2 years ago, 3 years ago. Do you think they want to come out right now and be like, oh, shit, I was wrong? We're seeing it a little bit, but people's egos don't want to allow them to do that.
No, exactly.
No.
You in the military, Corey?
No, I'm not in the military.
Or were?
No.
He was a degenerate while we were marching.
I wasn't in the military. I was in ROTC. No.
Okay, ROTC. Right?
I did ROTC, but so my first reference when I saw Richard was I was like, there's Chief White. It's Chief. Holy shit, this dude's speaking like fucking truth, just straight out.
And he never spent any time in the military, but he was just like me waking up in the morning when they got the garbage can. Wake up, you dumb motherfuckers. It's time to exercise. We're PTing today. We're going to make the ceiling drain. It's going to be raining, I'm like, oh man, dude, here we go again. And I was like, and I just drawn like a flight of shit. I was like, oh, here we go. This is my man.
Bro, I don't care about the delivery of the message. If the message is right, you can say whatever you want, how you want. It doesn't bother me. As long as I could see the message clearly and the message is going to lead us to, the stair steps of heaven, I'm following. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't understand the disconnect. Like, how can you not see that this guy actually cares about people and he's actually really smart? And he backs up everything with facts and
120%.
Yeah, bro.
And the shit he builds is freaking genius, right? Like the proof is in the pudding. If you were just to look, Like,
Yo, what more do you want from him? Like, what more does he have to do?
Moon Lambo still here talking shit.
Yeah. Well, I don't want to ban him. I love that shit. I love these people that come in. We just make fun of them.
Pump and dump. I mean, that's Pepe.
We're not even shilling this, bro. Like, we're not even shilling that. We're literally just guys that are excited about our coin and we talk about it. We're not begging anyone. You know what I mean? Like, if you want to join, but we're not forcing anybody to.
It's community. It's about the community, and I think that's part that people. There's a lot of lonely people out in the world today, right?
Mm-hmm.
And one thing that Hex offers, or Pulsechain and all that, is that we have a really caring community overall. Yeah, we pull out the knife sometimes, we slice and dice, and we do shit.
Right.
But overall, we end up coming back because we all have this. There are some common themes in our lives that we do want to have some success. We do want to have a better future and these kind of things. And I think everyone in our community thinks that way. They haven't given up yet. We still have hope, and this gives us some of that hope.
To me, like, even if it's not the fastest way to 100x or 1000x or 500x, it's the safest way. So even if it takes longer than a meme coin, it's like at least you feel safe with what you're investing in. You know what I mean? So
I mean, and we have some of the most smartest people in this community. People like Walrus and Funding Gem, and the most talented, like you, bro.
I appreciate
some of the most talented, like, and Corey, an investor, who's I just saw in the chat. You know, some of these guys who are just, you know, that's how they bring value. You guys bring value to the community, man. And you know, I always say I want to be the dumbest person in the room, and I feel like I can do that in this community because there's some smart mofos in this community, man.
Just wait till Ben pulls out his guitar. We got Ben down here too.
I love Ben's guitar.
Man.
Ben is super talented. You know, me and Ben were talking last night, and he was telling me about that book. What is it called? Bitcoin Billionaires. Yeah, and he was basically saying, like, because I started reading it, but I didn't finish. But he was talking about how, like, there was points in that book where it was kind of like what we're doing right now. Like when Bitcoin came out, people were doing the same things we're doing right now. And like, I'm like, yo, bro, we might really be in that community where we may be the next Bitcoin, and it's unbelievable.
You know, they used to call Bitcoin, all the guys in Bitcoin earlier who are adopting it, the cult of Satoshi.
Yeah,
they used to like, and what does everyone call us?
A
freaking
cult.
Like,
it's happening, and we're here,
bro. Like, I'm like, this is the best fucking cult I've ever been.
Yo, this is why
I'm drinking this Kool-Aid, bro.
You don't know. That's why staking is important, because even if your mind changes and you're like, you know what, screw Hex, I'm gonna sell out. If you made them stakes and lock that up, it's always gonna be there. You're gonna wake up, 5-10 years later and be like, thank God I locked this away.
You see some emergency in staking.
Yeah, guys, just take a moment and read Uncle Will's comment. I'm not going to post it up because YouTube will probably take it down.
Is a window.
Uncle Will, you all right, bro?
Bro, that is hilarious, man.
You guys missed out, man. The Navy is the best branch because we got the wildest motherfuckers. It's the partiers, just the Navy just does something to people. A bunch of comedians, man.
I think Hex does it to people.
Yeah, now Hex is doing it too. Hex too. Oh goodness,
Randy, talk about, or have you ever? Because it would have been back in your day. I think by the time I would have gone on and. Rags to Riches was in it. The tradition had already ended, but International Dateline.
I don't know that.
Or Primary.
He was Army. So
Rags?
Yeah.
No, he was Navy.
He was.
Yeah, he was a weatherman in the Navy.
Oh, I didn't know that. The whole time I thought he was Army. No, I don't know the International Dateline thing.
Walking the plank and cross dressing and everything.
Oh, yes.
That was the thing.
You crossing over, become a shellback and all
yes.
That. Yes. It was quite wild in the Navy for those kind of things. And I was in aviation, so it was the same thing on the planes. So if you crossed over the equator or you went over the North Pole, you got your blue nose. And you got hazed. You got hazed big time. If you guys know what hazed is.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, I got an idea.
Yeah, some wild stuff will go down. And
wow.
That Navy's long gone. Shortly after, so Rags and I, when we got out, we were probably the last generation of sailors that had that kind of stuff going on. My brother, he did it. My brother got his shell back. He told me it was the wildest day he'd ever been on a ship.
That's exactly what I heard.
Yeah, it was
Same
crazy.
thing.
Yeah. So yeah, Uncle Will says he's a shellback. See, he got it. Yeah. Okay. Hey Ben, man, why are you so quiet? Is it too late for you? You got to go to bed.
I'm kind of sleepy, so I'm just chilling, enjoying the company. So I did a 3-hour stream on my channel, and then me and Westcott did 4 hours and 40 minutes.
Yeah, almost
like
5
hours. Right
Last
immediately
night.
after. I went to bed at like 6 a.m.
Me and Ben are best friends, man. We could just talk for hours, man. It's
I caught an
hilarious.
hour of you guys. before I went to bed.
It's a lot, man. We were just yapping.
Someone said, "Oh, who's going to do the 24-hour live stream this year? For this launch." I'm like, I don't think we just automatically do 24 hours worth of streams. It just happens.
Yeah, I think Hexo's doing one. Yeah, he's doing like.
Yeah, he did sign up spots for it.
Yeah,
Oh, I saw that. Yeah,
Yeah, I was part of the first two. Yeah, I'm good. I'll just show up on other people's streams. JB says he's a shellback. Timothy Harris says he's a shellback. Wow, amazing! I never got mine. I wasn't in the fleet. I was aviation, so I stayed in hotels. I liked hotels better. Where's Doug? I thought a live was to interact with the live feed. I'm out. Oh, sorry, Doug.
Wow, serious? Bro, you get a lot of haters, man. What the hell?
I expect you to read the chat every night.
Well, you're not a hater though.
Yeah, but my live stream, I interact with.
Yeah. That's true.
Doug is signed up for the course, so
okay. Yeah.
We'll be seeing him. Again.
Sorry, bro. I'm sorry, man.
Listen, Ted Nelson, listen to what Ted says. Navy guys spend too much time on a boat with a bunch of dudes. Gives a whole new meaning to hot bunk.
Wow.
Oh God, you guys are funny. Sandy B says, "Oh, Doug didn't get attention." Sorry, Doug. I mean, normally it is It would see. Look how funny this looks if I do this. It just doesn't look right. Going back and forth, and it
tonight's a party. It's a little different tonight. That's all.
Yeah, I'm looking at the comments and see what people are saying. Thank you.
So it's not like we could do a gambling stream with the ETH gas like this.
It's the cheapest it's been in 2 weeks. The Gwei 73. Isn't that stupid that we call that cheap now?
Mm-hmm.
Disgusting. I'm not looking forward to the ICOSA stakes. Unstaking and staking that shit.
The real Doug says totally different Doug. That's the uppercase Doug y'all were talking about. This is the lowercase Doug. That's the real Doug.
All right. We still love Doug then.
Oh, sorry. Doug, I'm so sorry, man. I drugged your name through the mud.
Bro, you can't make that up.
Ben, that wasn't very southern of you.
I'm so sorry.
He said totally
My apologies.
Hey Westcott, what would Doug's name be from the Key and Peele skit?
Oh, and Duke.
We got Doug.
Yo,
no, not you, Dugginator. How many Dougs we got?
Doug's.
Doug's. That's crazy, bro. No, you can't make that up.
We love lowercase Doug. Apparently, that's what we love.
So we got 217 watching. So
Wow.
we got 1.5% of our watchers are Dougs.
Yeah, yo, that's hilarious, man. Doug's everywhere.
All right,
that was funny.
Okay, so let's talk about what we think is going to happen on day one.
Day one fork or day one bridge?
No, fork first. Bridge is a whole other ballgame.
I'll tell you, the first thing you're going to want to do is get the hell out of your stables, the copies, as quickly as possible while there's still liquidity in the pools.
Yeah.
Because the liquidity won't last long. And I saw that on POW when that fork happened. I immediately went over there to see if I could suck out some liquidity, and I got a couple million hex out of it. Yeah. You got to be quick. Because otherwise, and then I went back. I think it was ETH Fair. By the time I got into ETH Fair, I didn't get anything out of that.
Wait, you said you want to get out of your copies and go where?
Copies of your stables.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, right.
They'll be worthless.
Gotcha.
And so whatever liquidity's in the pool, you can try to get out of that. But I mean, it's going to be like a bank run, right? Like everyone trying to get through a small door, like how Randy talks about all the time, and it's whoever gets there first is gonna get that liquidity.
Got you.
Prospector says day one fork is pretzel time. Yeah,
Hey,
exactly.
yeah, that's my people, man. The pretzels. What's up, man? We here.
Westcott's all about the pretzel.
Yeah, man. Throw them things in the chat.
I think I'm just gonna sit back and sit on my hands after all of this, all these up and downs mentally, and having calls and strategy calls. I think the best thing is
It's
just
the best thing you can do, bro. It really is.
If the ratio gets real out of whack, really, really out of
whack.
whack.
Yeah, watch it. Yeah.
That I might dabble. But
I'm gonna watch it. I'm looking. I want more PHEX, right? And so I'll be watching that really closely. Other than that, man, just chill, bro, and let everyone else get wrecked because the traders, the actual traders, will be in there doing what they do, and
Yeah, but they're doing it with market orders. There's no limit orders.
Dude, that's tough too, right?
Ooh-wee.
And slippage and everything else that's going on. Oh my God.
That KDP was mentioning that with doing ratio trading, like something about the liquidity could run low on you or something like that.
It is.
You imagine how many people are going to have stuck transmissions or transactions for that first 24 hours, 48 hours because they're not going to mess with the slippage. They're going to forget about it.
They don't know how to reset their wallets.
The AMM bot will scale the liquidity up as transactions increase on the chain. So in the very beginning, low liquidity, man.
Wow.
You got to be careful. That's why.
What is this thing about the AMM bot increasing liquidity? I've heard that twice this week. Heard it before.
I mean, I heard it from Gamma, who's a pretty reliable source. So means, man, it's like you said, Randy. The best solution probably really is sitting on your hands for the most part. I mean, maybe if you make a small trade here and there, very small, right? It's like otherwise you can get wrecked. If you have any garbage ERC20s you want to get rid of, like maybe some gaming tokens, or if you got a Pepe or something, maybe, right? You can try to swap out of it, but you won't get much.
Right.
Johnny said it's spam protection.
Yeah. I was an idiot on the Pulsec. I was brand new to it also. I unfortunately sacrificed from MetaMask. So I've got to rush to that phone and move transactions over to Trezor.
Everyone should anyways, in my opinion.
There's a lot of people in that boat.
Yeah, everyone should move their SAC into like vault wallets anyways. Like Randy's been talking about on the show for a while. That's just good practice because it's a lot of money, man, coming into all of our wallets.
For sure.
Scammers the scammers are out there, and be careful with URLs and front ends and all that. The scammers are going to be on point that day.
You do not have to validate anything to get your airdrop. I had someone message me and they were like, "Hey, is this real? How many do I have to validate my wallet to get my Pulsechain?" And I was like, "No." And they said it was like a Richard Hart Telegram thing. So, just be very careful. You don't have to do anything to get your airdrop. It's just going to be there once you add the Pulsechain network settings in your MetaMask.
Yeah.
You guys Wakanda's got a question here. I'm going to have Ben answer it because I know he knows the answer. What do you guys mean by resetting the wallet? Ben's probably going to be able to be the best to explain it. Do you know what he's talking about, Ben?
No, I don't.
No, okay. So
I just don't know the terminology.
When you get a stuck transaction, sometimes you have to reset the wallet. And I've only ever done this once. And then last time I did it was about 5 years ago. So it's not something you have to do often. But if you say you did a transaction, your GUI was too low, it's a transaction just sits there forever and you can't do any transactions after it. And so you have to get that transaction unstuck, and resetting your wallet is one of the ways to do it. Yeah, it's in advanced settings.
I usually just exit out of the browser and reopen it, and the transaction's like canceled.
You could also do what's called a nonce send. The nonce send is where you go find the nonce in the blockchain, what the transaction was, and then replace the nonce, which is in the advanced settings, and send a coin to yourself on the same nonce. It will knock it out.
You guys check your Telegram. Brazology saying Brett Tep moved the mainnet to the merge request or something like that. I don't know. It just came in the Telegram, in the social stream Telegram.
I see it.
Excuse me.
Yeah,
I don't know what that means.
Check
I'll
Twitter.
I'll pull up Twitter. Here.
There you go. Let's not miss.
What's this? He says something we don't know what it means.
Yeah, that's
Hey,
what I
what's up,
said.
man? He's like,
Sarah
What is
G,
going
yeah, call into work. You're not going to want to be doing anything but just watching the fireworks.
Yeah,
what's
there's
going on?
nothing. I don't see anything on Twitter.
Me neither.
Someone's gonna screenshot it. One of the girls.
Yeah.
Instead of Charlie's Angels, what are they calling them? I thought someone made something funny. It was hysterical. Instead of Charlie's Angels, they made a term for all the girls that know everything before everybody else.
What they call them?
I can't remember.
I
It
don't
was
know. There's some
hysterical.
funny memes though.
Yeah. Lights outside. Briss out here acting like KDP.
Bruh.
Although it can happen any night. It can. It could happen tonight.
Uh-oh.
We don't know.
I don't
Let's
know.
see.
It could.
Now, the reason why
I wonder
everything
if
just we're all looking at our phones and looking at, looking at different stuff. What the hell? We're so addicted.
I wonder if the syncing of the clients gets quicker over time the more they do it, because they had to do it for V3 to V4, right?
It took forever. That one was a
7
long
days,
time, right?
from what I heard. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think that's what I heard from someone is that every time they've done it, they've figured out how to do it faster the next time.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Oh no. Crypto Arty. I hope you're not talking about my horse incident. No, yeah, we're not going to go deep into that one, but that happened that was like 2020. My horse.
Yeah, I had to ask RG3, bro, and he still believes.
That was the first 24-hour live stream where that happened. Yeah.
I was watching just for a brief moment the other night, the Whatever podcast on Twitch, and they had a girl put an apple on her head, and it was like, oh no, yeah, she lost her shirt.
Oh no.
Oh yeah, they got their channel banned.
Oh.
Hey, breaking news. We all got a chance to get in the movie. The Highest of Stakes just tweeted, please use the hashtag Highest of Stakes if you want us to consider your video after launch. I guess you got to make a video of like how excited you are, and you got a chance to get into the movie. That'd be dope. That'd be nice.
Wow. They also said to us, if you want to be interviewed for the movie, send us an email with all the information you want to do. And they wrote everybody back like, oh nah, we're not going to interview on this. I'm like, man, you got me excited, and then you take it away. I was so angry. I said, screw your THOS movie.
Westcott, just submit one of your music videos, bro. They gotta, they gotta put that up.
I'll put one of the ones that's not copyrighted. Yeah, for sure, man. That'll be dope.
You got a couple good ones that you wrote the songs, right?
Yeah, man. Yeah.
I might be in the documentary. I went and interviewed in London with them.
So nice.
Cool.
And then I was at the Hex 2-year birthday, so maybe I'll be in the background. I'm going to be looking out for myself.
Lucky, man.
That was over in Portugal at that time, so it wasn't that far of a flight,
Yeah,
right.
yeah.
Right.
Bobby Hetzikin, or a Hexarod. Her name is Ling Ling. Ling Ling for short. Angela Ling's her full name, but Ling Ling for short.
Oh, that's cute, man. Cute.
That's my little heart, man.
TDM says he hates all the FUD Pulsex is getting. What FUD?
Yeah,
Pulse
I don't.
X?
Ain't no FUD.
FUD it. No, just FUD it. Keep going.
Yeah,
just keep going. FUD it.
Right.
FUD it. I'll be your buyer.
Maybe they're
I'm
saying
a net
maybe they're
buyer,
talking about the
Pulsex.
price going dipping below the SAC price. Maybe that's the FUD they're talking
That's
about.
fine.
I'd love
Either
that.
one of them. I'm a net buyer.
I would love that, man. Wow. Under SAC? Oh, that's a beautiful thing. My gosh.
Yeah.
You just need a big enough dumper, man. It could happen, or it could not.
Hell
Four,
yeah.
four zeros and a 4. Go 4 zeros and a 4. 60% discount.
Oh my god, bro. Man, my bags would be wide open.
So if we go off the theory that it'll always go lower than you think it can, it'll go 5 zeros in it.
Oh, man.
Goes down to Hedron's price.
Yeah.
Oh shit.
Yeah.
I'll take it.
That would be an easy 10,000x then.
I don't know how to tell people. I don't give a shit what the price does in the first couple months. We learned our lesson with Hex. If you guys were here when Hex launched, we dipped big time. And this is what Randy did. So I put all my money in the first 10 days or so, all of my ETH, put them into the AA. And I forgot about it, didn't even pay attention. So I would check the hex price once in a while, and I saw it dip and dip and dip and dip and dip, and I was like, screw this. Maybe it'd be worth something. I already lost a bunch of friends because I'm writing articles about it. Whatever. It's too late now. I already sunk my own ship. And then
before it launched, they were already that bad on it. That photoed out on it.
That was during the AA. It was launched. The coin was live.
Okay. It
was just the auction time, and they're pissed at us because we had referral codes and stuff. And I got like 1 million tokens just from referrals. I had it in my articles, and I got like 1 million. There's a lot of people got way more than that, but all of a sudden, Godwill comes in. Boom! The price just explodes, and I'm like, "Oh, baby!" I go to my wife, like, "Maybe this isn't trash after all." It's like, and then it was out, game on. We all, and then everyone was locked down, so we were all doing live streams every day. Hexologist had his live stream, so we participate in that. And that's how the community really grew.
How many days? How long was it before the community figured out T-shares? Or, I mean, of course,
T-shares. We didn't know what T-shares were. None of us.
Tools weren't even built by then, so I mean, nobody had any way to look projections on it.
No, we had no idea. I mean, we would sit there and talk, and people would talk for hours on end about the game theory of hex, and nobody could really figure it out until Dev Kyle came on one time. Remember Dev? You guys know who Dev Kyle is?
Yeah.
Have you seen him? He's kind of quiet now, but he used to be
T-share
really
godfather.
Yeah, he would come on. He would explain T-shares because he was one of the ones that helped write the code for it. And all of us were just like deer in the headlights. Like, what the hell's this guy saying? Cool, number go up. I like you, but we didn't know. None of us knew what was going on, man. That first year, we were all clueless.
That's where I'm at now. Where you guys were then is where I'm at now. Like, all I know is number goes up. That's it. Get you a couple T-shirts, man. Don't miss out.
Yeah. And then, back then we had Ski Cat, so that made it pretty exciting. Ski Cat was throwing coins out
he
left
needs
and
to
right.
come back. I heard about that guy. Come back, man, if you're watching.
He's got a Twitter account.
Crypty Girl did really well with Ski Cat. I did. My son got 167,000 hex from Ski Cat.
Wow.
Yeah, that was really
still
cool.
Got more hex than me. Damn.
Westcott's like,
yeah, right. Yeah, hit me up. If you're watching, hit me up, man. I can use some help for real. God will too. If you're in the chat.
God
man.
will.
It took me probably 5 or 6 months before I started to understand a little bit of what. Because I'm a crypto guy, man. I was a trader before. I didn't care much about the tokenomics, how everything was going to work. I just saw what EOS did, right, with their 1 year with raising of money, and I saw that Hex was doing something similar, and it was matching the chart pretty similar. I said, "Oh, this is going to be really good." Once Godwill came in, and it sure did turn out to be really good. So,
yeah, man.
Thank you, Richard, for making such an amazing, cool thing. With
Did you guys sell off your sacrifices yet and get your bags ready or your dry powder ready of everything you can think of in your life? You're like, I really don't need that for the next year and a half. I can definitely turn that into some X's.
That would be a smart play, folks. If anybody's listening, no financial advice, but yes, it is financial advice. Sell stuff and load up your bags.
I took an old BMW from that bought for $4,000 like 3 years ago and flipped it for $8,000. So there's some free money.
There you go.
Yeah.
Nice. Kings Meadow, you can just go to hex.com. That's where all the information for Hex is.
Yep.
Just read all that stuff. Same thing with pulsechain.com, pulsex.com.
Oh, yeah.
Wake Dog says he knew what T-shirts were before Hex came out. I read the white paper and code. Dang, bro. You really went deep. I had no clue.
Man.
Someone says I should have a Hex kid meet up in Panama. Oh man, we do all the time. I'm constantly meeting with Hex kids. We're constantly going out, going to have beautiful restaurants. Man, it's nonstop. We go out. We go on like vacations together to the other side of the country and go to the beaches. It's crazy.
I'll hit you up, man. I'll be out in Puerto Rico in 2 weeks. I'll be out there for a month to 2 months, and then the plan is I'm moving there by the end of the year. So I'm definitely coming to Panama to see you.
Do you have to do the investment by, what do they call that, citizen investment or whatnot to be there? Or is it just as a U.S. citizen, it's free for us?
It's free. It's you do the Act 60, and it's not free. You have to file the paperwork, and then you have to give to a charity, a Puerto Rican charity, and I think it's $10K if I'm not mistaken, and then that's what
cheap.
that's what it costs you.
I mean, it's not cheap, but it is cheap by what you're talking about. It's cheap.
Oh, for what you can save.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. So
That's dope, man.
There's so many options around the world. The only thing I don't like about Puerto Rico is that it's still the United States. So I recommend getting out. And then
that's why I'm coming down to Panama, Randy. Open up a bank account there.
Yeah.
That way I can
like Westcott. I mean, just be prepared. That's all.
Yeah.
Just preparation's key. You don't want to be the person that doesn't have a passport. Everybody in the chat, this is absolute advice. Get yourself your passports. I know it's expensive. In the US, like $450 for a passport, at least the last time I did one. So, make sure you get one, just be prepared. And then once we talk about sudden wealth syndrome and all these things. Once you get to that point that you can't afford to do it, go get yourself a residency somewhere else. Ben, did you actually get your residency in Portugal when you were there?
Yeah, it was a 2-year residency visa.
Wow.
You just had to show like 2 years of expenses and a Portuguese bank account, which rent there is pretty cheap, so that wasn't that hard.
Yeah, so
is it similar to Panama, Randy?
Not anymore. It used to be really easy here. All you had to do was have $5,000 in the bank account.
What?
And get to get residency in Panama. But
they used to have a golden visa in Portugal, which was like, I think they changed it now, but it was if you just you either had to put €1 million in a Portuguese bank account or buy a property worth $500,000. And you got like 10 years of no tax on like anything. And they really set you up. But I think now they've changed it where you can't buy a property in like the areas where everyone wants to buy one, like Lisbon, because too many people were just coming in and buying them in the Algarve and stuff.
Gentrification, they were pushing all the regulars out. They couldn't afford it anymore. It's
went
happening in cities all over the world.
Yeah, I never went to the Algarve, but apparently the Algarve is literally just like not even Portugal. Like it's like so many foreigners are there, British and American. So
I couldn't do that, man. I was in Portugal. We were there for a conference for Steam It, and I wasn't a fan.
It was euros, €500,000, so kind of like the same thing.
Yeah.
It's not near that much. Most of the Caribbean, it's anywhere from 100 to 150 for citizenship, and then there's some of them. There's family deals, and there's all types of it out there. But the Caribbean is more or less where I'm looking.
Yeah, we like Grenada. I've been to Grenada. I did a missionary trip there when I was in high school, and I really liked it. And small, and they actually, because I think the U.S. feels bad about the invasion back in '83. You guys probably don't even know that happened. Most of you are too young, but it was another one of those. My favorite thing the U.S. government does: they invade small countries. They went in there, and I think because of that, now you can get visas easily, just like a European can, to go into the U.S. So if you were to give up your U.S. citizenship, Grenada is a great one to get, because after 2 years, you just have to go online and fill out an online form, and you can come into the U.S. again. But my wife, like, for example, when she got her visa, she was denied 6 times before they finally gave her visa to enter the U.S.
Jesus
So now we can come visit. My son can't, but she can. So it's a pain in the butt. So
are you paying that $450 each time that you get denied?
No, that's different. That's not the passport.
Oh, okay.
It's like I think it's $165 every time you apply. It's like $165. We just paid $350 for us to go to Canada to get visas just to go to Canada. I don't need one, but they need one.
I'm used to domestic travel. This is expensive.
Yeah. But it's a whole other ball game, man. When you got money, life changes, man. You want to be prepared. Get a second residency on your way to a second passport, and once you're there, you're good. Really
nice.
Humberto's got the X60 qualifications there.
Wow.
$3,500 to have the paperwork done. Have to live there for 6 months plus 1 day. Donate 9. What the hell? That's a lot of stuff.
Wow. $1,900 a year.
And Umberto knows. He's very knowledgeable these things. So.
Yep.
Wow. Interesting. A little bit more in depth than I would want to do. So what I did for me, I moved to Panama with $3,000 in my pocket, guys. I came down here, and I had a job lined up, but it was commission only. So I started making money real quick. I was working in a gold and silver company selling gold and silver, and I built it up. And about a year, Ann and I, she worked in the company that I worked at, but she was an office manager, and I was just in one of the other businesses, part of the company, selling gold and silver. So she had already left, and she was supposed to move to the U.S. And I just asked her one day, "Hey, you're leaving. Let's have dinner before you leave." My partner and I, we asked her to go to dinner, and that's when I found out she had broken up with her boyfriend. And I was like, "Oh." And so she's mine now. So then we got married shortly thereafter, and it took me about 2 years to get my residency. And now this year, I'm actually doing my citizenship, and I'll be a Panamanian. But if you watch Nomad Capitalist, there's one thing that he says: you never want to have the passport in the country that you live in, your second passport. So it's always good to have a passport outside. So that's why we're still looking at either St. Kitts or Grenada, something like that. And the CARICOM visa, or the CARICOM passport, that's a passport that's anywhere in the Caribbean, allows you to live anywhere in the Caribbean. So if you have a Grenada passport, you can live in Jamaica. Come on now.
That's
I think
amazing.
it was St.
That's
Kitts.
Yeah,
You can
St.
have
Kitts.
residency in St. Kitts and live anywhere, and you don't have to. You can actually do that all remote. You don't even have to go there.
Don't have to go there.
Wow.
So there's lots of options out there. You just want that second option so you can escape if you have to. Think about it for a second. Ben, you're a Southerner, right? You live by the ocean. You can get yourself on a little sailboat and say bye-bye, and you got your passport, right?
I guess technically I could do something like that.
Yeah. I mean, if you got residency in another country in the Caribbean, you're good to go. You don't have to worry.
I think a lot about like giving up U.S. citizenship at some point. It is so crazy that no matter where you go, they're gonna be taxing you. Like they want
Only
you to
country
pay
in the
them.
world. Well, I mean, Eritrea does it too, but I don't give a shit what Eritrea does.
Ben,
Oh, that was like
Where on the map is that one? Africa, maybe.
It's
Puerto
it used to be
Rico
part
don't
of-
tax you.
Yeah. I don't know. I mean, I've heard Singapore is awesome.
Yeah, and they're
Portugal is
crypto
really cool,
friendly.
man, and I got
Expensive.
some really good friends in Portugal we made. There's a huge crypto scene in Lisbon. Like, and
Yes.
they do like free parties and stuff where they'll be like, you know, you'll go there and they're giving you free drinks and free merchandise and stuff. Like the crypto scene in Lisbon is like really popping. It's pretty cool.
Wow.
You meet a lot of cool crypto people in Portugal. And the D7, what I did is like the retirement visa. But like I said, you just need 2 years of income for that you can survive off of. And then I think for the 2 years, you either have to stay in Portugal for 8 months straight. Or no, it's like, I can't remember, but I know you have to have like 6 months there at least. And then you can spend 6 months out of the country.
That's typical too. A lot of residencies.
And then you can start. I can't remember exactly. And then, so technically, I need to go back by like July. But what I can do is like I can go back, take a bus to Spain, so they don't know I left, and then fly. So then it's like, oh, he's there for the 6 months, you know.
Wow.
So, man, hypothetically speaking, someone
like-
could do that.
That's the shortcut that the Chinese I heard were doing for Mexico. Was they were flying to the U.S., going across the border, and then taking the land bridge across, and showing that they were in country with the mailing address there, but going back to China for 5 years, and then coming back and doing it and reclaiming and getting a Mexican citizenship because you have to be there for 5 years. Yeah,
Oh my god.
there's a land bridge in SoCal.
Wow.
What the hell?
Yeah, Ramon Carrillo says the nomad capitalist, who's Andrew Henderson, he's probably the most well-known person that talks about this subject. He said his best pick is Kuala Lumpur. And I know people don't know anything about Malaysia because it's one of those quiet places that not talked much about, but Kuala Lumpur looks pretty freaking amazing. It's like the Dubai of, Asia. It's coming up.
So Aussie's making a good point that, I don't know what Portugal has been like debating over the crypto tax rules for a while. And definitely a lot of the locals there are not happy because even people not into crypto are like flocking to Portugal. Like a lot of Californians are like flocking to Portugal. They don't even care about crypto. They're just there and it's pushing the rent up. And there is a little bit of weird tension. It felt like you kind of feel like a bit of an outsider, a bit like, I feel a little weird.
I mean, how would you like it if your rent was 1,000 one year, the next year it's 1,500?
Exactly. I totally understand it too. So
A little bit of insight, probably not this crypto cycle, but the next one. Whatever you do, try and do it cheap because Hexaco might become a reality.
Yeah, I think so.
So
I think so.
Don't go ham just blowing money on a citizenship somewhere. Not bad to have, but
well, I mean, Malta, 900 grand, and that one gives you access anywhere in the world pretty much. It's one of the best passports you can get. Yeah,
900 grand.
900 grand. We have a Hexagon doing it. We have one of our Hexagon friends. He's getting on it.
Wow.
He's like, I'm getting my big sailboat. I'm going everywhere. He's like, I'm getting myself my Malta. No one's going to stop me. I'm like, all right.
the Hex Guild group. I mean, if you ever hang out on their live stream they do once a week, I know there's a few guys in there, Finbear being one of them. They're real big on eventually trying to pull money together and buy one of those French Polynesian islands.
Ooh, interesting.
Mm-hmm.
One of our hexagons here in Panama is originally from Fiji, so you'd probably be happy about that. Wait for him to go home. Because it gets boring, guys. It gets boring if you're not around people you're not like-minded. And one of the cool things about here in Panama is we have so many hexagons and crypto people that we get to hang out with on a daily basis.
Nice.
It's like no day goes by without hanging out with somebody, going for a walk.
That's sweet.
Yeah.
Has anybody had
in Portugal? I had a lot of like-minded crypto friends, and a lot of them are older too. So it's kind of cool just being around more successful people. And I have friends here too, but they're more they're not into crypto. But I get my fix here on the live streams.
In person's important, I think.
Yeah.
You get to experience it.
Randy, has anybody that's done the Tower Bank had issues with tax reporting or IRS or anything?
No. Remember, it's the FATCA rule is anything over 10,000, then you have to report.
Right.
So no one's. It's only been they opened that up about 6 months ago, so nobody's gotten that high yet.
Okay.
I have one. I just opened my account too, and I don't even use it. I add $100 to it every month just to have it.
9,000 a month. Every month out of there, right under the radar, flying back from Puerto Rico to Panama.
The other option is too that people.
Corey's chartering a yacht to fucking Miami with briefcases.
Well, that's kind of the other option too. That's not difficult here in Panama. You can do the cash thing too.
Wow.
We won't go too far down that rabbit hole because I don't want certain agencies to come on knocking. Hey, what's up?
What do you think about Richard
Disclose
Hart, Panama story, Randy?
Yeah. What's that, Ben?
What do you think about Richard Hart's Panama story?
Awesome.
He got involved with some cockroaches, and I read his whole story that he wrote to the U.S. Embassy here in Panama. So then I gave it to my wife. Said, "Baby, you got to read this." And she's like, "How did he get involved with those people? They're all in prison right now." Well, wow. I said, when Richard was younger, it doesn't look like he had a very good judge of character or like other people's character, right? So, people make mistakes, and he was wealthy when he was younger, and he used something called bearer shares. And you guys probably don't know what bearer shares are, but here in Panama, it's a way to transact with your assets. So your house could be owned by a bearer share. You could have a business owned by a bearer share, but whoever bears the share owns the asset. So Richard had all bearer shares, and that was not a very wise choice. Panama has now made those go bye-bye. You actually have to have a corporation. You actually have to have trusts and foundations and stuff like that. But back then, you could have all of your assets in bearer shares, and that's how they robbed him.
You trade it like money.
Traded like money. They took all of his bearer shares. So if you watch the movies back in the day, like what's the one in Christmas, Nakatomi Plaza? With Nakatomi Plaza, what was it? God, Christmas. It's a Christmas movie where the famous actor, he's got the glass in his feet, and they're in LA. Come on, don't tell me I'm so freaking old. Oh man. But
glass in his feet.
Yeah. He's the cop. He was a cop. Die Hard. There we go. Die Hard.
Oh
yeah.
All right. Remember, he's breaking into the building to steal the bearer shares.
Right.
Mhm.
Oh, right.
So that's what happened to Richard. He lost his bearer shares.
I do think though too, like you can. I don't know. I definitely got taken advantage of a little bit. Not to that extent, but in Portugal, yeah. I mean, and it makes sense. You know, they know they have these rich foreigners coming in. They're going to be jacking up the price on you. And you find out, oh, so-and-so paid like 3 times less than I did. And so-and-so paid 5 times more than I did. And we all got the same service. It's like, what's going on here? So
it happens all the time, man. Every country. If you're a foreigner going to a country, you got to know somebody local that can refer you to somebody that's quality, because they will rake you over the coals, man.
Yeah, I definitely learned some lessons.
Look, everyone's saying Home Alone. Everyone's saying Home Alone. I said guy, I didn't say kid. That's funny. Sorry, Ben. That's just a funny response. Yeah, you got to be real careful with who you do business with overseas, especially if you don't speak the language.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of times I'll be going out to a restaurant, and I'll just be sitting there with my wife, and we listen. We'll see these lawyers talking to these gringos, and they're like selling, just saying stuff, and I'm like, oh baby, man, I feel bad for these people already.
Taking them advantage.
This fucking lawyer's gonna take advantage of them.
Yep.
It was a lawyer for for me. Yeah.
It's no different than then there's the guys who are here for other types of tourism, because prostitution is 100% legal in Panama, and they're sitting there with these cute little,
like, yeah, man,
these cute little Colombian girls, and I'm like, man, dude, I hope this guy knows what he's doing. He doesn't lose his money and stuff, because you gotta be careful. Get real careful.
Gotta be careful, man. Yeah,
that's it, man. When I was in, and that's everywhere, man. When I was in Asia, I used to travel to Asia twice a year, and one time I was in Japan, and I was walking through, I don't know, one of the club scene neighborhoods, looking for some ladies. And this girl flagged me in the bar. I sat down on my first drink. I had one drink with her.
No.
I blacked out. I don't remember nothing. I woke up the next morning, and I'm like, immediately opened my iPad, go to my bank account, and sure enough, $12,000 missing out of my bank account. They had swiped my credit cards. My bank obviously covered it as fraud, so I got the money back. But I mean, you got to be careful. It's like when you're traveling like that, and I was alone, and
wait.
Yeah.
So
see, if you had Maddie's wallet, you could have stopped that. You could have stopped
that. You ordered the drink from the bar and
brought me the drink. She brought me the drink.
Okay.
I sat down. I
already...
remember sitting down at the booth, and then she was going to come over. She went to go get drinks, and then she came over to sit with me. And then that's basically the last thing I remember, man. I remember when I woke up the first thing I woke up when I woke up in the morning, though, the first thing I was like, oh shit, my credit cards, my bank account, right? And that was the first thing I went to go check, because I knew it wasn't a normal I blacked out from drinking too much. It wasn't that. And
at least you're in good condition, man. It could have been worse, you know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean.
Yeah, could have lost a spleen or a kidney. Or
I was going to say, were you walking sideways the next day too?
Well, have you guys heard of scopolamine?
What's that?
You ever heard of scopolamine? Well, the white trumpet flowers. They're really pretty. That you see them in Latin America, Florida, and stuff like that.
Oh, right.
They look pretty innocuous, like they're so beautiful, right? But they take scopolamine as a powder, and it turns you into a zombie.
And Gary told me about that.
you'll do if you go to Colombia, if you're in Medellin or if you're in Bogota, a place like that,
anything.
You're hooking up with these chicks, you better be damn careful because they blow a little bit towards your face and they could take over your life. And they've had there was one, I don't know if it happened to this gentleman. He was from Austria, a pretty famous expat here in Panama, and he disappeared for like 3 months. Nobody knew where he went, and they found him on the street one day, just all drugged up and just totally talking nonsense and stuff. He lost everything. They kept him long enough to empty every one of his bank accounts. They sold his car. They took everything. So yeah, you gotta be real careful. I mean, scopolamine, it's I never heard of anybody using it here in Panama, but look, Colombia is right next door. So
go ahead and highlight Corey's brother's comment.
What did he say?
That's funny.
That's why siblings are the best, man.
That's what I get for onboarding him.
Oh man, that's hilarious.
I wish I could have another kid just for my son, just so he could have that kind of stuff going on in his life.
Yeah. Dude. Scary stuff, man.
It's hard to give up crypto since we don't need our seed. We don't keep our seed phrase. It's hard to give up. Oh, okay, sorry, I didn't mean to click on that one.
I mean, it's true. They couldn't have got to my crypto, right? I mean, my credit cards were easy.
Yeah.
Ooh,
Yeah.
Swipe them. Boom.
Yeah.
Drain you for whatever your credit card allows you to do. So
is that not crazy? You listen to Richard talk about that we still don't have pins on our credit cards. I mean, it's by design by this point. It's been decades now. Gotta be.
I thought I had my wallet in here, but I want we have a lot of people watching tonight. But I use the shields now, the RFID shields. You can get them on Amazon, like a 10-pack for like $8.
Like
and
this kind of
No, that's the bags. I have that. I have those too,
okay.
but you could do individually for each card in your wallet, and then you can get the RFID blocker wallets too. So the technology is getting pretty good for the thieves. They can just walk next to you, scan all your cards. So please get these defensive things and protect your stuff. It's just getting more and more serious out there. They actually had it on the news here in Panama the other day. Thieves are going around with scanners on the metro on the train and scanning people's cards.
Scammers are getting smarter and smarter, man.
Yeah, so we have to be smarter.
Mm-hmm.
I had a friend in Portugal. It was after we'd moved, but they were out, and we were not in like a big city. We were in Nazaré, it's like very peaceful, quiet town, and they were out at some place. And my friend's girlfriend was talking to these locals, and it was my friend and our other friend and our other friend. They were all out, and his girlfriend was talking to these two local guys. And then they left, and she started having a seizure, and they thought she was going to die. And they took her to the hospital, and then for some reason they wouldn't let her boyfriend like go in and see her for whatever reason. She was okay, but like the whole thing was just like really scary, and we never thought that would have happened like there.
So was it wasn't that she was roofied. It was the possibility that they did some like the scopolamine type of thing. 'Cause all it is powder.
I don't know.
All they have to do is blow it in your face.
They don't even know if like it was those guys like but it seems like they think that's probably what happened is they tried to like put something in her drink, because if you've been to Nazaré, like all outside of it is very rural. There's like, it's beautiful. Like you can go ride your bike down the coast and it's empty beaches and cliffs and it's awesome. But like, if you were to like kidnap someone, you'd have a lot of places to like take them, I guess. Yeah. So but it was such a peaceful, like beautiful place. We never thought something like that would happen. So yeah, so that was really scary. And we were like, man, well, we feel good that we moved.
Well, I was supposed to go there. I was there at Steam. Like I told you, I was there for Steam Fest. And Toby Cunningham, who is the husband of Blockchain Chick, you guys know her on Twitter. Toby's like, hey, Randy, we're going to come on back to Nazaré with us tomorrow. I'm going to take you out on the jet ski. And I did not know about the big waves. I didn't know much. I don't know anything about the 150-foot waves that they have out there. Oh. And I said, wait a second, because she told me, Heidi, blockchain chick, she's like, oh, they're gonna take you on the big waves. I'm like, how big are these waves? He's like, they're like 80 foot, because it wasn't high. And I said, You're not getting my fat ass on no jet ski on no 80-foot waves. Are you freaking nuts?
80 foot.
You're so
Oh, no,
no. I wouldn't
80
mind
foot.
seeing Nazare, but you're not getting me out there in the water. No, thank you.
It's crazy.
Yeah.
They sell it as a thing now. Like some of the surfers to make extra cash, they're like, oh yeah, pay us this money and we'll take you out on the jet ski, and you can even lay on the thing. I was like, that just seems crazy. Like someone is gonna die because those waves are like no joke, man.
I saw the 25, 30-foot waves in on North Shore in Hawaii when I was there in
I did
December
too.
one year, and it's wild to see that every single wave crash across the road.
Yeah, it's no joke.
Yeah,
And
it's
it's deafening,
powerful.
I'm sure. I'm pretty sure it's loud too, right?
wow.
Yeah, I wasn't even close to it. I was down the road a little ways, and you just see these things just coming across the road.
Nah, no thanks, man. Oh man.
And at the other side of the island, Waikiki's it's just pleasant.
Exactly. I'm not a big fan of the ocean, even though I live on the ocean. I have the Caribbean on one side. I got the
Yeah.
Pacific over here. I like the lakes. I like fishing on, freshwater. I'm more of I don't mind crocodiles. I don't mind caimans. I don't mind anacondas. I'm not going out in the ocean if I don't have to. Oh God, I have to be in a pretty big boat.
Yeah, hell
Man, look at X Reddit puts the lotion in the basket. I got a bunch of one-liners tonight, Bobby. Oh goodness. Okay, so let's get towards the end here. Let's do our predictions. What X do you guys think we're going to see at the peak of the next bull market for each one of the assets? Hex, Pulse X. I'm talking about just on the Pulsechain side. Let's not talk about EHEX because it's too depressing. But let's talk about the other ones.
Oh my gosh.
I think $5 for PHEX and EHEX combined
Okay.
is a pretty safe bet for Hex. I think Pulsechain will do what Ethereum did in its first run up, which was about a 1500x. I think it has the potential to do that. And I think, PulseX has the potential to do half that.
Wow. I can't
And
wait.
I hope I'm wrong and it's the other way. Because I think the buy and burn's going to surprise us, man. We just got to get through some sell pressure because obviously we have more sacks for PulseX, but that just means we have to get to this the weak hands.
Right.
We can take off because that big buyer Barry, man, we've never seen nothing like that before. So it'll be interesting to see.
Westcott, hit it.
Yeah, I'm thinking $5 to $10 for Hex, and then
$10, bro. We are buying islands.
Yeah, I'm thinking 5 to 10 for yeah, because I feel like this is gonna be Hex's breakout year. That's just me.
We're gonna buy Hexaco.
Yeah. And then as far as Pulsechain, I could see at the top of the bull 1000x. I'll say that.
I like it.
Yeah, PulseX, I'd probably say like a 300x. I'm hoping, something like that. And yeah, that's pretty much my predictions. So yeah.
All
right. I'm gonna make a pledge. I am actually not going to sell Hex this time. I'm not going to do any of that, and I hope everybody will do it with me because I'm going to say it like this: we've got so many different assets around. Let's let one do the stupid X's. Let's let one just go wild. So if everybody's saying 550, 350, let's put it in comparison. That's like whenever they thought Hex was going to go 2 cents or max 5 cents on the last one, and it went to 54. So
I said 2.5 cents, and it went to 56.
56. That's
man.
So you actually could see Axis's, moon math of $30. It could be the
we're buying
Bitcoin chart.
Yeah. Expect the unexpected. I'm telling this is going to be Hex's breakout year. Crypto doesn't have a face. I think Richard Hart's going to be the face of crypto going forward.
So that Bitcoin chart, when it hits like 1,000 in 2017, and then it just keeps rocketing up, and it's just like, oh my God, it's not stopping, and it almost hits 20. Like, let's hope we can get that with Hex this time. So, Pulse, I don't really know. Let's hope Pulse X we can hit like 1/10 of a penny. That'd be cool.
I like that.
Right.
I would take that.
Pulse is such the wild card because that everybody understands it's ETH. everybody universally understands it's ETH, and now they just added a de facto buy and burn on it. So, or not buy and burn, but a burn function on it. So I think, man, it's just going to ratio back and forth between Pulse and PulseX, between which one's actually doing more X's.
Mm-hmm.
All right, Senor DeBard.
Well, prediction wise, I don't really know, but I hope we get a $1 hex. I hope we get 100x on both Pulse and PulseX. I do find it interesting that Richard Hart says, well, he said the same thing with Hex. You know, he said Hex could do 10,000x in under 2 years, and then he's now said with Pulse, well, Ethereum did 14,000x in under 2 years, so why not Pulsechain? And I mean, he said that. So if you're going to say that's stupid, then you got to call Richard Hart stupid because that's what he said.
Yeah, man. Yep.
And then I think DCC has said that if Hex hit $5.55, that'd be 100,000x from the bottom.
Mm-hmm.
So
you got to realize we look at Hex with like golden eyes. We understand it and we love it, but the majority, you go out there in the world, most people still look at Hex as the dark horse. They don't understand it.
Yes.
They don't like it. They get Pulse, they get PulseX, but they don't like Hex. So that's why it's my pick. I
promise you that's going to change after Pulsechain.
Yeah.
Well, Bitcoin was the same way in the early days.
Yeah.
Yep.
People didn't like it. People didn't understand it.
People
they
called
thought
me
it was going to
scammer.
get banned.
They thought I was a network marketer trying to sell something.
We are early, guys. All right?
My God, bro.
Don't let 10 years go by and you look back like I didn't stake. You know.
Let me just bring up one quiet thing that no one's talking about. ICOSA.
Randy, I got a lot of ICOSA with you, so I'm gonna be rocking with you, bro. I love my ICOSA bag.
Oh goodness!
All you have to do is go look at Rocket Pool, go look at our ETH compared to ETH, and you'll go, "Oh my God, this thing always carries a premium, and the chart mimics the T-share chart.
Let's go.
It mimics T-shares. It goes always up and to the right."
Alex is my second favorite guy in crypto.
For $25,000 right now, you could be an ICOSA whale.
Yeah.
Wow.
Dude.
That's a beautiful.
It's 49.9 cents right now. I got the chart right here. 49.9 for 25 grand. You
It's
can
on
be
a dip
ICOSA
today.
whale.
Everything's on a dip today.
Everything's dipping. Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow.
Oh goodness. Well, guys, it is 10:40. Ben, anybody that's on the East Coast, you guys.
Yeah.
It's getting late for y'all.
Yeah.
But thank you for coming on. I think I'm going to start doing this regularly on Thursday nights. We'll do like a community get together instead of me playing casino. And being a real degen. Let's bring everyone together. We'll talk and stuff. Thank you so much, and guys, I hope it is this weekend. It'll change all of our lives.
It will, man.
Awesome. Yeah.
All right, cheers, everybody. Thanks for coming out.
See you.
All right. Take care, guys.